Hi everybody and welcome to Truewants. Okay, we are going to be doing a new video on the get ready with me kind of videos that I've been trying to do, and I'm going to share with you a couple of new products that I had the opportunity to try. And we did get our glam bag that I had the opportunity to do an unboxing, and in that there were some new products that I wanted to try. So I pulled a couple of items from my stash as well as those items so we can do it here together. All right, so let's get started in reference to this, and then I'm also going to share with you some items that I used on my hair for the first time, because we also got a Walmart box, so I had the opportunity to try this new product from Heritage. So really enjoyed this. I'll share that with you at the end of the video. All right, so let's get started so I can get something on my face so I'll feel a little bit more comfortable. And then I tried a new system here for the camera, so we're going to see how well it does, and then we'll take it from there. A lot of playing around today and trying to figure out the best way to do all this. So this is a product that I haven't had the opportunity to use yet. It's called the Blurring Primer. It's called the Lunar Magic by Rem Beauty. This was also in our boxes this month. I had the opportunity to try another primer. I think it was from Real Her and the last Get Ready With Me, but this is the one that I really want to try. And as you can see here, it's this blue, beautiful color. And it looks like it has like a jelly type of consistency. So we're going to put that on, and then I'm going to do my regular routine under my eyes that I have shared with you, and we'll get started here. So while this settles in, and it feels not that sticky, but it feels a little bit refreshing, believe it or not. So we'll do that. And then we'll put under our eyes my little trick. This time I'm going to use a different one. This one was from Ciate London. And it just should be, like I share with you all the time, these little peachy type of undertones. And we'll take here. So I'm just going to take a little bit on this stippling brush. And hopefully it's not too much, because it's the first time I'm using this. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to constantly try to put this back up, because I'm trying this new system where it's not on a tripod. And I have a little mirror here. This is so not, you guys have been sharing with me so sweetly in the comments. You can feel my nerves. It's because I'm trying so hard to set up, it's because it's not normal to, you know, put yourself on camera, first of all, without makeup on, which is something like I shared with you. I don't even leave the house without makeup. So putting myself on camera without is step number one. But number two is the problem that when you're trying to set up a camera and then, you know, have at least a little bit of lighting so that everything looks okay, it's not as easy as like just sitting down. If you have a room, I guess, that this is what you were planning on doing as a, you know, part of your day. This was all new to me to be able to start filming and sharing with you guys. All right, so now what I wanted to do was I already wet my beauty blender, and this one is just, I think, from Wet n Wild. It's an inexpensive one. As you can see, I used this the last couple of days, so I'm getting ready to wash this guy. What I wanted to share was this one here, because this is from Yensa, and a lot of you got this in the sample sizes, so I wanted to use it today so we can see what it looks like. I haven't used this in a while, so we'll take a little bit on the back of the beauty blender, because I haven't done anything with the beauty blender with you guys here on camera. So we'll see how this goes. And we'll dot it all over, and then we'll just start pouncing it in. So you guys have to share with me in the comments if you also have had the opportunity in the past to try the Yensa, or because of the glam bag, it's the first time that you guys are going to be trying this. So it's a beautiful foundation. It has a really lightness to it, like almost like a serum, that is really pretty, and it really spreads beautifully all over. And usually with serum foundations, I like to use and keep it thin. So I end up using it with a beauty blender, but a lot of people would prefer, especially when it's thinner, to sometimes use it with a brush. so you can get more coverage. And as you know, you'll always get more coverage with a brush, but I like to use a beauty blender. And even when I use a brush, a lot of times I will do a beauty blender right over it to kind of take out whatever excess is there. And it's funny, when we started with makeup, or at least I can talk for myself, you ended up using, and I'm not going to put any more on, I think that is enough coverage for just running around and doing errands. I think it leaves a really nice complexion. And I'll just, wherever I'm going to put what I ended up purchasing for myself was in the add-on section, the Yensa concealer. So we're going to try that next. So I'm just going to put in the sink everything that I used so I can give myself a little bit more counter space. All right, so the next one is going to be from Yensa. This one is going to be in shade Light, and I should check what shade this is here. This just says medium warm. I would never normally purchase for myself warm, but that might have been what was sent. Or for the choices that I had in reference to what was available to me. And I always feel like in different months you can use different undertones, especially in the summer to go warm. So this has a really thin applicator, and I only needed to dip in once to get all of this, which is absolutely amazing. Yeah, this is going to drive me crazy, but we'll bear with it. Okay, and then I'm going to use the other side of this and just blend it in. And I'm going to try to get all this done in a quicker time because we do have somebody coming to the house to do our maintenance on, just a yearly maintenance on the air conditioning, where they like change the filters and everything. So I just wanted to get all this done. And I wanted to try that new shampoo and everything. And that's why you're seeing me with all my curlers in my hair. All right, so that's that. So I think that pretty much covers the complexion. I think it looks beautiful. I think it's doing a really good job. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to set it. So I pulled out, which I haven't had the opportunity to use yet, but I did get this, and I know a lot of people also got it in the little sample size, which I did also, but I have the full size. I'm going to use this. It's from Toy Factory. And this one here just says Ultra Set, and I just think it's a translucent shade. And as you can see, it has that little mesh in there. So I'm going to see if I turn it upside down, if anything comes through, and very little does. So you really have to dip into it. And when I have to dip in, I usually take my another sponge, but I keep it dry, and it's from Juno. And on this one, I'm just going to press it in and see if I can get anything to come out on this, or I have to use a brush. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use a brush. So let me pull the brush out and see if this makes a difference. I'm so used to seeing like tons of powder, and I'm not seeing that. So we'll just lightly pat this dry. Because as a combo girl, what you end up doing is you always powder, at least I do. And if I want it to be something that's going to stay a long period of time, I will like bake, which means you put a lot more on. But this I'm just going to dust over and just push the brush in a little bit more to make it a little bit more dense as opposed to fluffy. Let me just see. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so that's that. Next, I'm going to pull out the palette. That is what I'm really interested in trying today, where so many of you also was from Formula Z. And like I mentioned to you, this is a brand that really has been impressing me and it has everything in there from the face to the eyes, but it's really, really tiny. So we're gonna do our best to see how we can pull and see what we can get out of this. So I assumed that that will be something like a bronzer and then a blush and a highlighter. And then this I'll be able to use as shadow, but we're gonna give it a shot. I'll try. I brought something else out here in case this bronzer doesn't work, but we're here to play, and that's what we're gonna try with such a little brush, such a little thing. All right. Okay. No, I think it's leaving a nice color. All right, so small but mighty. All right, let's keep this going. We'll do the other side. Now remember, we don't edit here. I want to give you in real time, like as if you were with me and we were talking and we were doing our makeup together, that is the amount of time it will take to do all this. But it always will take a little bit longer when you're filming, simply because you're constantly checking the camera, you're making sure everything's recording, like your mind is in like a few different places. And as I share with you all the time, I always put a little bit on my lids with my brush and my bronzers, because if I run out of time, I don't do eyeshadow. All right. Okay. So far, it looks pretty good. I think it's an okay color for bronzer. I'll have to double check and see when I'm not in front of all these lights how that looks, but hopefully when I watch this back with you, I will be happy. Okay, the next thing we're gonna play it with is, it leaves a little bit of like a mess on the pan, but I'm gonna take this blush brush, but if this is too big, I'll take a different one. I'm also trying to get other lights in another area so that I'll be able to try to film there as well. But this is crazy that you have to start thinking about these type of things. All right, I think that's pretty. Okay, it might look a little dark because like I said, with the lights on here, it's kind of hard for me to see personally. So hopefully on screen, it will look a little bit better, but I'm taking whatever excess on this powder to try to pat these things down. All right. Now we're going to take this product here that we got from Half Caked. That one side is supposed to be a primer for the lips, and I made sure I had it for sure on earlier today, earlier this morning, the one from Do With The Gods, which I absolutely love. But this I wanted to try. And as I shared with you, this type of primer for the lips is something that I used for years from MAC. Yeah, it's really beautiful. It really smooths out the lips and helps also with your lip lines. So on that sense, it's really, really great. And then the other side has a lip liner, which I'll do a little later, but I just wanted to moisten my lips a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna take the product from in here to see what the shadows look like. So I have a few brushes out here. Let's see what I can pull out. So with a flat shader brush, I'm gonna take the one that is the lightest shade in the pan, this guy here, and then I'm going to, there's no real, I'll do my best. We're gonna try to figure this out based on what is in here, but the actual coverage on this is really, really pretty. That I did only on that one eye, So you're definitely getting not a lot of, like when you're pressing it in, there's not a lot of fallout. But the pen definitely gets really, really dirty. I didn't use any eyeshadow base, and I think we're getting a lot of pigment. So that I think looks really, really good. So that's just one shade that we did on here. And then the next one I'm going to do as the transition shade. If I can see my brushes here, that would help me. There we go. So just a fluffy brush. I'm then going to take the bronzer shade that we did, because there's really nothing else. And I'm going to just go, like I've shared with you in the last Get Ready With Me, above my crease, my natural crease, to fake my that I have more lid space. And this is what I would do if I was just running out the door with my bronzer. No, I think I did good. All right, so that ends up being there. I'm going to take the other shades that are definitely for eyeshadow, and I'm going to deepen up the area here. Keep sliding. And then I'm going to put that shade there. I'm going to go a little bit lower where my real crease is to give it more definition for depth. And the looser the brush is, like a blending brush, the shadows won't be like exactly where you're putting them. They're going to be more diffused. But you can definitely see the contrast of the two colors, which is absolutely amazing. And you're seeing no fallout on my face, at least I'm not. And I'm pretty close up with the magnifying mirror, so I'm really impressed with that as well. And then what I'm gonna do is take the lighter shade on a flat brush, and I'm gonna do it first with nose spray, so we can see if we need it. So that's it without the spray. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack a little bit more on the brush. And I have a little setting spray here that we all got in some of our glam bags. I'm going to spritz that on here to give it a little bit more intensity. But I think on its own, it did a really good job. But if you want to bump it up, look at the difference, the exact same shade. And then I'm going to do the other eye. Okay, and then again, I'm gonna pack the brush, and then I'm gonna spritz it after, and then just place it. Okay, I think we did good. All right, there's also another beautiful shade that's here that I wanna try, that's in the corner here. I'm hoping when we watch this back, you're not seeing what I'm seeing with how the camera keeps sliding. This one has a lot of kickback. Yes, hopefully the camera can pick that up. So I'm gonna click it off. And I'm just gonna put this in the corner, but a lot came out on here. So I'm gonna do my best to try to, yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I think this is more of like, possibly like a topper shade. It does have a lot of color to it, but it has way too much sparkle for me for the middle of the eye. But we'll try. And then I'm going to go back with a pencil brush. And with the pencil brush, I'm going to take the deepest shade. So we've pretty much used all the shades except for that green one. And I'm going to put that in the corner of my eye here. So I'm going to pack it on, like I shared with you in the last one, in a little bit of a C. And then I'm going to blend it. Okay, and then I just take a bigger brush, a bigger blending brush, and we're just going to blend it. And then what I do at the end is I take back the brush that we started with and connect it all together with that bronzer brush, with the bronzer that we started with, and then just do this again, exactly how I started, a little bit higher up so that it blends everything together. And then just so that I have the opportunity to try all the colors, on the bottom I'm going to take that green on another little pencil brush and just put it in the center here so we could see how the colors work together. Okay, just a normal, regular eye. I'm not overly thrilled with the color that is in that first shade. It's more of a pinky shade and has a little bit too much sparkle, but that's what playing with makeup is all about, is you get to play and see what works for you. But all in all, for an on-the-go palette, to be able to try all the different shades and everything, I think they did a really good job. So the only one that to me was a little bit of a bust was that guy over here, and you can see on the pan, if the camera picks it all up, you can see how much fallout there is on that. What I'm going to try to do is use it more as a highlighter maybe. So I'll put it here. Yeah, it's got a lot of shimmer to it. So definitely go on the high points. Don't go like too close to here where you'll see more of your pores coming out, which a lot of people call texture. But you can see how, what a gorgeous color. It's just a little bit too much for me. And we'll do a little bit down the nose and a little bit on the tip of the nose where you'll be able to see more the color there. All right, so that's the complexion and the eyes. Now what I'm gonna do is, there was another product that I haven't used yet, these double-ended pencils that were also from the Formula Z brand, where I'm gonna do the inside with this, because we already did some spoilers to next month for July, and the one from Tarte will give you that effect. So I wanted to show you this here so you can see the difference from one eye to the next, and I'll see it too when we watch back. But this is what you do to help brighten up your eyes. And this went on very creamy, really nice. And then I'm going to take the black side and just give me a little bit more definition, what they call tight lighting, which is right underneath here. Which is very hard to do with one hand, holding a mirror and watching a camera. So just bear with me here. And you can see how it deepens up one eye versus the other. So. Can you just give me 1 second? I'm going to just look at a different mirror to see if I can get it exactly where I want it. Okay, it's the best I can do in reference to this. We'll see what we did. So what I'm trying to do is get in the inner, which I did, and then a little bit above, but it's not working how I want it to do it. So I'll definitely fix that a little bit later. So that is using the Formula Z. So if you got these dual ends, we got a great deal on these. I picked them up in the shop for I think like $3.50, and these are full size. So if you see these, I have them in multiple colors. It's really a win. The next item that I wanted to try was the other side of this. So for the lip, so I'm going a little bit below where the primer is, because if you try to use this on top of the primer, it doesn't work. So to me, the primer's for the lips, and the liner, you can get a little bit in. But I definitely went above the lip line so we can actually see the color of the actual lip liner. And then the other new product that we got, that is a new launch from Benefit, is what I could not wait to use. So we're gonna try this guy. And this one's in the shade called Cream Puff. And it goes on, it feels like a mousse almost. Very pretty shade. Also feels very different. Okay, so that's the lip. I think it's really, really pretty. Now I'm going to just, there was 2 other products that I wanted to try. Yeah. So on here, I'm also going to put this here. I brought these out, but I don't think I want to add these. These really just to me acted like toppers, but I like the feel of this on its own. So I'm just going to leave it alone, and I'll try this another time. I also, if the blush didn't work for me, I was pulled out my Lunar Beauty. I'm going to take my Ofra to definitely brighten up under my eye area. Let's see if I have my brush out here. I thought I did. I might not, so I'll take another one. And as you can see, this is the banana powder that I use all the time and I love. And I use also the one that I shared with you from the Laura Geller palette, the one that's called French Vanilla. And this just gives me a little bit of that extra brightness under the eye. And hopefully you guys can see what I see here. I don't, yeah, that's closer to me. And then I'm going to use 2 different mascaras that I want to share with you. But first, I'm just going to do a spritz all over my face. I also wanted to try the Pat McGrath bronzer, but I'll have to do that another time also. And I should have also brought, oh, I might have one here, a fan. Yeah, give me 1 sec to get this to go in a little bit more, a little quicker. Okay, and now we're just going to put on a little bit of mascara, and we're going to try two. So starting with, and I did this already in the past, so I know this is really good. This one is the Wonder Beauty, the one that's called Mile High. This will give you, because of these short little bristles on here, it will give you a little bit more length, not so much volume. And as I share with you all the time, the brush that's in here and the formula that are in these minis are really fantastic, because you are definitely going to be able to know if you're going to want the full size of it. And that's just one coat. We'll just let that dry a little bit. And put the second coat on while it's still kind of a little wet. And that's how you're going to get your lashes to look a little bit longer. If you wait for it to dry, you're going to just build up on what's already there, but you won't get any more length. And that's that eye. Okay, and now I'm going to do the second eye, same way, and then I'm going to show you another thing that I do. I don't know if you're like me, where my right eyelashes always cooperate, where my left eyelashes don't always. So I always laugh when people will try one mascara on one eye and on the other, and then they'll say, "What do you think? Which one's better?" Sometimes it's just the lashes are better on one eye versus the other. I got more of a curl on this eye, where on the lashes that are on the back end, they're already curled a little too much, where my other ones on my right eye are straighter. Okay, so that's how I'm going to leave it up like that. And then I'm going to take the one that a lot of us also got here, which is the one that is from Half Caked. And this has more of the brush that I feel really gives you the volume as opposed to length. It has an hourglass to it. I found this, I used it a couple of times. What I like about it, first of all, the brush is big, so that you just have to be a little bit careful when you have small eyes like I do. But what I like about it is with just one coat, it gave me what I felt the other mascara was missing, which was the volume. So it kind of like deepens up the lashes a little bit more. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm seeing. Getting a little warm, so I apologize for that. Yeah, look at the difference. All right, and now I'm going to put it on the other lashes. So don't be afraid that if with one of the mascaras that you got, it's not giving you what you like. We get multiple mascaras, and sometimes you can play and use them together. You don't have to always, be such a purist and only use one thing. It's time to play. Okay, I'll just do one more. And then I'll share with you a couple of the products that I've been enjoying for the shower, and we'll be done. Okay, and then I'm going to take, woof, you almost fell here. Wow, just crazy. I'm just going to take a triangle brush and just press in where. Okay, and then I'm just going to do my lower lashes just simply. As I share with you all the time, I never do my mascara standing up. So this is all new to me trying to do it on film, but I definitely wanted to show you these mascaras. Okay, so I think that's that. All right, so that's pretty much trying all the new makeup that we got in the most recent glam bag. And I think we did a great job. I think it all worked out beautiful. I think everything I will definitely try and use again. There was only really one thing that I wasn't happy with one of the shades, but I will definitely play with it a little bit more. I also want to share with you that I had the opportunity to try, as I mentioned, the new shampoo that I got in the Walmart. It smelled beautiful. It lathered up beautifully. I felt it cleaned my hair beautifully. I did 2 shampoos with this. I didn't get the matching conditioner, which I saw in the booklet that I think we should have gotten both, but that's fine. So what I did was I chose not to do a conditioner, and I wanted to try this, which is from Briogeo. It's the Superfoods Avocado Mega Moisture 3-in-1. The scent on this is not one that I enjoy, but it did a good job considering I didn't use any conditioner, and I just spritzed this all over my hair, and I was able to comb everything out as if I already had conditioner in it. So it did a really, really good job. So if you don't mind the scent, I think this is a winner. But like I said, I like things that have a better scent to it. But the scent on the shampoo was so beautiful that I felt it helped it a little bit more. So what I ended up also trying was something that I got in the other box, which is the Alterna Caviar Anti-Aging. This said it was for fine hair Body and Light Hold for fine hair. So I was a little nervous because my hair is definitely not fine. I have heavy hair, and it did a great job. I've been using this just, I think, the last 2 times, and very little do you need to use. You can see by here. This has a nice scent to it, but it also gives me a little bit of the lift that I look for. So I was very happy with that. So I blow dried with my T3 blow dryer, just a rough dry. Then I straightened with my Chi straightener. And when I was doing the straightener, I would pick my hair up, spritz this, and then pull the straightener down, and it would give me that lift. So impressed with that. The other 2 products that I brought out here to share with you that I'm really enjoying. I used to have the full size of this. It Cosmetics was my game for the longest time because of QVC. But because we get to try so many other products, so when I got this in one of my boxes, I was really excited. This is the Confidence in a Gel Cream. It's oil control. So if you're a combo girl, this one I highly recommend. So that is what I used underneath when I finished all my skincare before the primer. It's beautiful. And then the other 2 products that I picked up at Costco, I've really, really been enjoying. So these definitely, to me, are an amazing dupe for the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream or Boom Boom. And I got this last round, the wash. I got in a couple of scents, but this is what I used today, and I'm smelling delish. So very, very happy with that. And that's everything I have to share with you on this video. So that's it for it today. Please share with me if you've had the opportunity to try any of these products, and I will see you all soon again in my next video. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.